signed between ourselves and the KIE, yourself, Your Excellency, and the terms of reference. So briefly, maybe I'm just giving it to you so that before we start signing the MOU.
I think the MD can, on behalf of all these things we have been reading.
Yes.
We even know it.
Yes.
Maybe the MD can say one or two.
Yes.
We sat here.
Yes.
And we nearly signed in the absence.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. It's really a pleasure for us to be here. And thank you also for accepting my apologies. I was to travel the other night, but the flights were cancelled. In fact, now they've cancelled all the ones for Kitale because of the weather.
Oh.
But I was determined to be here.
So and you came by road?
No. We got one that passed through Kisumu. Today the weather was a little better. So that flight at 6 through Kisumu and then landed in Eldoret at 7:30. But we are here. And, I know you've already discussed with my colleagues here. But just allow me just a few minutes to go just a little deeper about Kenya Industrial Estates, is to supplement what my colleagues might have said. For us, we are glad to be here for many reasons. First of all, we are a national institution that should be in every part of this country. Second of all, you might not know that His Excellency Professor Lonyangapuo was our permanent secretary for the Ministry of Industrialization then, from the year 2008 to 2010. And we felt him at KIE. And one of the things he did challenge, I was not there then, is that this is a national institution that should be felt in every part of the country. His coming in and thereafter was the beginning of the turnaround for KIE, and the governor knows very well. So we are glad to report to you, sir, that we have now turned around and raring to go. All those challenges of the past are now things of the past. This is now a revived new Kenya Industrial Estates. And, briefly about Kenya Industrial Estates, we are a state corporation, or a parastatal, under the Ministry of Industry now, Trade and Cooperatives, at the Department of Industry. Our role, 3 areas. 1, incubation. In other words, there are small industries that need to be nurtured, to be given space to add value, to manufacture. Then after a while, they go, others come in. So we have got industrial parks. We are in 37 counties, and in 35 of those, there are small industrial parks. So you come in, there are common manufacturing facilities, and we nurture you and we give you space, we give you training, we give you all the services. So that is 1. 2, affordable credit. And this should also be of interest, I'm sure, to His Excellency for this county as well. We now offer credit, and all this incubation and credit is to micro, small, and medium enterprises. SMEs, but there's also the M, micro, small, and medium enterprises. Loans from about 100,000 to 20 million. We cap it so that we're able to net as many MSMEs as possible. And at 10% reducing balance. Now the interest rate cap has been removed. You can be sure that in the next few days it will be 20 and more. But these are government funds, cheap government funds, which should be available in every place. And this can be an individual borrowing, it can be a small company, it can be a medium company, it can be a women group or a youth group. In fact, women and youth groups, since they already co-guarantee each other, you don't need security. So it's very, very important to note. And this 10% is cheap because it's reducing balance. By the time you repay fully, the average of that interest will be between 5 and 6%. And Kenya Industrial Estates has not been facilitated in the past with enough funds. But the fight towards this capitalizing has started with the PS himself. But now we've been facilitated by the government properly. And one of the things that we will be seeking to do, partnering with His Excellency the Governor, is to sensitize people here to get access to these cheap funds. Because we are a national institution and we must be in every part of the country. Then the third role, apart from incubation and credit, is what we call business advisory services. This is where we build capacities for entrepreneurs, micro, small, and medium enterprises. In terms of entrepreneur training, how to start businesses, how to manage businesses, managing funds, to be able to do feasibility studies for them, to be able to do business plans. We also organize industrial tours. We have people who want to add value addition, because all our services, whether it's credit or otherwise, are all for value addition. That's what differentiates us from other developing financial institutions. So say you want to go and see how people in another county have done mango processing or yogurt processing, or how they're manufacturing building materials. We'll be able to take you from here then and show you what they do, even here and abroad. That's a very critical one, industrial tours. Among others, we also work for counties where we help them develop resource maps, where all their resources, can we map it, and which area has a comparative advantage vis-a-vis yourself in the next county. And Your Excellency, we have been able to do a very good job for Wasingishu, been able to do for Baringo, Nyamira County, Kisii County, Taita Taveta County, Kwale, Meru. Yes. So they used it really as a blueprint to be able to map out those, which is something also that could be of interest. So Your Excellency, without going so much into detail, that is what we do as Kenya Industrial Estates. But we have 5 priority sectors. One is agro-processing, adding value to agricultural produce. When you take maize and mill it, you've added value. You take milk, you've cooled it, you've packed it, you've added value. You've created yogurt. And about 40% of our portfolio is in agro-processing. The second priority area is textile and apparel. The other one is leather products. The fourth one is metal and wood fabrication, Juakali. Then construction materials. But what is important for us is that we are focusing on cottage industries, because that is a meaningful way to industrialize our country. Cottage industries from the grassroots. And they are labor intensive. They don't require too much capital, too much money, but they have a lot of impact, because they also create jobs and create wealth. With his economic empowerment, education, and ensuring fairness, if I was following, because I've been following for a very long time, isn't it? What he wanted to do, following those, no, I'm not looking at them, I don't know the manifesto, but following through the press and also listening in, that platform, isn't it? And what we are seeing today has come to pass. And we were following up that in terms of peace, because it's a foundation of everything else. You have peace, isn't it? And you don't have to go to other places to learn innovation, isn't it? I read somewhere of a famous peace school, isn't it? Somewhere in the border of Turkana. Is it Marakwet? Wasingishu, somewhere called Alula. Is it Alula? Akula, isn't it? And then you cannot be able to fight neighbors, Akulo, Kanyerus. Yes, I think there are 2 or 3 others, isn't it? And in education, we just hear, I come from the county of Narok, where adult education is a challenge, isn't it? But you are glad you are leading the country in that, isn't it? I think the UN should have honored you, from what I read somewhere. UNESCO, sorry, isn't it? And to be able to commit, about 500 million or so to bursaries, to 40,000-50,000 students, it doesn't happen. doesn't really happen. I know we are here to talk about industrialization, but these things, Your Excellency, must be said. So forgive me for saying so. They really must be said. And that is education. The E he was talking about, isn't it? And when you talk about economic empowerment from what we've also read, isn't it? I think we were also reading that soon a cement factory is going to be opened, you know, at a place called, or is it Ortum or Sebit, some place. Those things are things we could only hear about before. A meat factory. Is it Sokoto or Nasukuta? Some place. Isn't it? That I think was being planned. I hope it's going to be built soon.
It's going on.
It's going on.
Almost over.
Isn't it? The irrigation scheme that was revived. Isn't it? Isn't it? Now you are producing prize onions bigger than cabbages. We hear. Isn't it? And did you know that they have the most number of merino sheep? Even more than Mao. Did you know that? Mr. Yeko?
You must know.
Yes. And the seed, you know, Nange and other places, so we hear. But what interests me as a pastoralist is the fact that now you want to change the quality of what was initially your life and livelihood, cattle, isn't it? And we are told close to now 1,000, if not, or 800 or so, bulls have been distributed. It is given to each village, and each takes care of it. They look for the most responsible person to take care of it. So this is nothing short of a transformation of a society. And to me, Your Excellency, I'm just hoping somebody is documenting this. If it is not, please look for somebody seriously to document this, not just for the sake of the people of West Pokot, but for the people of Kenya, isn't it? So to us, as Kenya Industrial Estates, apart from being our peers in the past, we are really happy to come and partner with you in these two particular feasibility studies. And even the resource map, we could also encourage you that we can do one for you very quickly. The milk and mango plant. We will also want to know the dates for the next agricultural show, the Kapenguria, so that you also come to participate. We come with our stand and support you there as well. And partner and to work together so that we're able also to do what we can do in other here, what we do in other parts of Kenya. And we can promise you our full commitment and cooperation.
Is allowed to sign. I don't know. I think if you people have no funds until we have a control of budget in place, this week there is nobody signing anything for counties and national government offices.
Yes.
Then we officers come in. We want to make sure the reports are done before Christmas. That's what I told them. It's just a small area where this feasibility studies is going to be done for the mango and the other one. And many others now can be generated as we move along. We want to know what is the niche product that can come from this sub-county, from this ward, from this. If we do the survey, that's at a later stage.
The resource map. Yeah.
Resource map. This other one where I'm saying we hit with a bang, which is where even we involve the media, come and we see the story West Pokot. When you are giving us we need to invest, we'll also be showing, beaming. This is an investment opportunity that's here. It's beyond our ability. The cement plant, of course, now the cement guy who's about to come and do it will be there as well. We have goals and so many other things. I was very surprised yesterday as a result of this tremor that came and so many people we lost. God has also compensated a bit. Some particles of coal have come from nowhere. So all those remnants of people who are crying have gone to collect the gold. It's a very interesting way of. So I went yesterday to check. People are queuing in the evening. I found one man counting money. Suddenly they reach us in this small town. Why? If evening people come, 1,000 shillings, 2,000. Another one comes, sells the particles, 500. The minimum is 500. Those days it used to be 50 shillings. Some of them for you to take them in future to link up with those Shuagali characters in the industrial area where your office is. Are there these fellows who have made the progress about leather, about textile, about this? We want to make our uniforms ourselves.
Good.
What our government did the other day, through the office of the First Lady, they bought so many Sainga machines. We have 66 locations. We want to make a center of excellence in every location where school uniforms for that location can be made.
Very good. Very good.
So we make sure that the money moves around. We identify one or two people who goes to Rivertex in Eldoret or Kennedy or wherever to be bringing the material only.
Yes.
And it should not be, so it should be distributed, it should be a chain. So these were the ones, anybody buying uniform in Kapenguria here, if you want to sell uniform from this town, you must buy from us.
Very good.
So we are going to be a bit mean. We lock the entry of clothes from other places.
Yes.
And that will build people your capacity.
Yeah.
It is going to be slow but very sure. So if we can now work with you people so that those 66 groups can eventually hook up with you, they give a loan of about 500,000, 1 million, 2 million, then they can buy the materials, they sell after a month or two. So something like that.
Yes.
Which we can talk in a big way as we move towards that.
Okay.
So I appreciate the time you took even to know about West Pokot. I wish the audience was bigger than this. I don't trust these ones. We also talked about various things that we can do together. One being that since KIE is small businesses, small industries, and so on, that there will be need for KIE to establish a base in West Pokot. We are working on getting a place for them to come and do the incubation and build their center in this county, so that most of our young entrepreneurs can be able to get trainings, can be able to come and learn from there and linkages with the other. We also talked about being able to access cheap credit for business and small enterprise entrepreneurs and small industries as well, which you will be able to talk more about with them. We're also planning to have a major